I think she noticed it too, and was a little surprised. Um, I didn't. I wanted to see her again, but she left early. I hope it wasn't because of me. I didn't try to grope her, over grope her or anything, or rub my manhood against her. But uh, there was this other girl too called Claudia, and she had the best. She had perfectly shaped breast. Oh, that's the one thing I. She was pretty too, and how shall I describe her? Um, she looks like a famous actress, a bit like a younger version of Beverly D'Angelo, a very younger version of her, and she had her hair pulled back, and she had this slender body. Probably not quite as curvaceous as Beverly, but she had this similar, very similar face, and her name was Claudia, and do I still got mixer? I can drink the rest of this. She had perfect breasts. They were just like, and at the perfect angle. They were just the right size for my hands. They weren't too big or too small, and they were even the nipples were pointing up at the slightly upwards, but not too much, at the best possible angle, and they're a delight to cup in my hands, as she let me do. And she wouldn't take off her clothing completely. She had this she left this thing around her middle. I think she just pulled it up. Pulled her. She had some sort of. It's like I don't know, a shawl, a short, tight thing that only came up to her chest and down just above her knees. And basically, she'd pull it down and undo it, take off her bra, and then she'd pull her thing up and whip down her panties, as that's what I paid for. Yeah, it was between her and the Paris Hilton lookalike. Uh, no, I didn't get I wasn't getting any response down below that. At that, I actually saw her before I saw the other girl. Before I must it must have took a while for the my plumbing, my internal plumbing to activate. Uh, it wasn't like it wasn't a serious like I wasn't walking around with something like that. Nah, it was just kind of it was more descended and getting harder without actually standing right up. I'm gross. I'm vile. I'm being vile now. Um, there's this other stripper. She looked a lot like Russian actress who's in Homeland, and she had long blonde hair and this one piece dress, part dress, part leotard. And I wanted to see her because she actually looked like a lot like this actress. I can't remember her name though. She was in the Romeo and Juliet movie. Claire Danes, that's her. Yeah, she looked like Claire Danes. And I wonder if she still works there. I didn't manage to get. They had this room upstairs where apparently things get a little bit more steamy, hotter, more intimate. I'm not sure how intimate. Um, they say you can't actually go upstairs unless you have a stripper with you. You're not allowed up there alone. So, well, at least that's what I was told, and I just I was planning to go up there spend my last $60 on the Paris Hilton lookalike or her if I could get her. But they left. They all left early, even Claudia. And I was stuck. I saw that little one again, the one that does the. She shows everything explicitly. Whips her. She gets on top of me and her legs are wide open, and then she spins around and spreads her butt cheeks. Then she jumps off me and runs off, giggling. It was 3 o'clock and they were closing down. They said, move along. It was at that stage I felt, I didn't want to hop back on that, I didn't want to hop back on the train at Fortitude Valley. And I kept walking back into the city, where I had to just lay down on a bench at Central Station and wait an hour for the next train to Ipswich to come. Yeah, I think it took me an hour to get back to Brisbane Central, roughly, and another hour to wait. It was around about 5 o'clock then. What a night. Well, it's a better night than I had usually. I haven't got out much in the last 8 years. I haven't done anything with anybody. I don't even keep in contact, physical contact with my friends. I actually put a message on Facebook's that I was going out to Brisbane to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And I said, be there or to hell with you. To everyone I friended on Facebook. That's true. That girl looked like Claire Danes, a lot like her. And the other stripper looked like a rougher version of Paris Hilton, with bigger tits and wider hips. Ooh. Claudia, perfect breasts. Mambo number 5. You know how it goes. Boo! What was I thinking? I got this pickup line. It's more of a sex come on line than anything. So it reminds me of this time I was watching a film called Wind Chill with British actress, I forget her name, but she was in that movie with Tom Cruise, The Edge of Tomorrow, and she was in this film with about a car that breaks down on a haunted highway, and it's snowy. It was snowing. It was during Christmas, and they're stuck there overnight because they crashed. Yeah, they crashed into some snow on the side of the road, and they couldn't get their car out, so they had to wait there the night during the cold, and it's haunted. All these ghosts, apparitions. It's really scary if you watch it alone in a darkened room at night when it actually is snowing or there's a storm outside. But it was only like that the first time I watched it. I often watch it because I was enjoying it, and I think this British actress was very attractive. She just seemed very attractive to me in this film. And this is one bit where the bloke had kind of tricked her into coming along with her because he had a crush on her, and she got crook at him because she thought he was being slime because he did the way things happened, and how he managed to get the car to break down while they're out in the middle of nowhere, so they'd spend the night together in the car instead of being where they should have been during Christmas. And there's this apparition of a cop that keeps popping up he's very real to the senses, even to touch, as he drags her from the car and threatens to kill her because he's actually a serial killer cop, I think. He murdered some other girl whose ghost also pops up, and this creepy black guy is a ghost of a bloke, some African guy. He's slightly, he's kind of overweight. He's got this really fat face and bloated neck. But all she sees is him walking past, and she calls out to him, and she doesn't hear him. And oh no, I'm running out of time. And she doesn't hear him. No, he doesn't hear her. And she runs after him, and she catches up, and he turns around, and she taps him on the shoulder, and he turns around, and this you can see he's some sort of ghoul. He's just kind of gross, the way his mouth is agape and hanging open at a strange angle, and all these slugs and worms. This big snake-like creature pops out of his mouth and drops to the ground, and she just runs back to the car. She just hoiks. And it's like the film's like that, and it's anyway. There's this bit where she's being dragged by the cop to the brush on the side of the road where he's gonna strangle her, I think, and he hits her. He sneaks up on him and hits him across the back of the neck with a crowbar, and he gets frostbite because he's so cold. His ghost is like cold, chill, wind chill. And then they're suddenly back in the car, like the passage of time. They did not notice the passage of time between that happening and then getting back in the car, like it never actually happened. But his fingers are frostbitten and they're cold and they're turning black. And she shoves them under her sweater against her stomach to warm them up. And this is that is strangely so arousing to me. I found it so arousing. So I got this sex come on line. I don't know if I'd try it with a stranger. I might be with a girl who I'm getting on with at a nightclub or something like that, or actually kissing and already intimate with, and I'm saying, I'd like to touch your stomach. I'd like to massage your stomach from the inside. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye.